Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani, Happy New Year! Stefani posted a video to her Instagram stories showing the married couple celebrating with a kiss on the New Year's Eve of 2026. The couple spent the holiday together this week. She tweeted, "Last few hours of 2025," above a video of them grinning and wearing party hats. In a later video, Stefani glanced up at Shelton, who kissed her while stroking her face with his hand. A Stefani source told POPL last month that the couple, who were married in 2021, is solid despite recent rumors of a divorce, adding that they have both been juggling demanding schedules. This adorable video follows the source's statement. Shelton is preparing for an 8-show engagement at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace this month, following the release of his most recent album, for recreational use only, in May. This year, Stefani, who in March released a deluxe edition of her most recent album, Bouquet, will also be performing in Sin City as part of a residency with No Doubt beginning in May. Additionally, the Hollaback Girl just released 2 brand new holiday songs, Shake the Snow Globe and Hot Cocoa, all of which were included in the Prime Video film. Oh, what? Have fun! In an early December interview on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Stefani discussed her and Shelton's yearly Christmas custom of preparing a timpano pasta dome while promoting the joyous new tunes. "It's a big pie," Stefani told the host. "Something like a pizza pie. We discovered it in a film that Blake discovered." Fallon, 51, verified that the movie is Big Night from 1996. "It kind of has evolved over the years," she continued. "At first, we used something like a pasta shell. I believe that's how you originally did it. However, we later thought, we should make it with pizza dough on the outside. Why wouldn't you do that, for example?" The world leaned into a well-known ritual as the year came to an end. Countdowns, pyrotechnics, and everyone holding their breath for what would happen next. For Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani, however, the occasion was more than merely symbolic. It was intimate. Their steady, assured, and unquestionably hot kiss on New Year's Eve felt more like a promise than a show, a reminder that love can endure long after the spark turns into a blaze if it is nurtured with affection. Gwen and Blake's kiss struck a chord because of its easiness, even though New Year's Eve sometimes turns romance into spectacle. This was neither the compulsory peck framed for cameras nor the hesitant love of a new relationship. Years of late-night songwriting sessions, challenging conversations, quiet routines of life developed together, and shared laughter were all carried in that kiss. They took their time, reaching midnight, like the intimacy that only develops when two people know exactly who they are with, and choose them anyway. They leaned in as though the rest of the room had vanished. Their romance has always been a contrast. Pop sensation Gwen, who has a bold sense of style and punk background. Blake is a country music singer that exudes charm from Oklahoma, and has a dry sense of humor. Few could have guessed the depth that would ensue when their paths initially intersected. Their differences, however, were what bound them together. Her audacity and his steadfastness, her sharpness tempered by his warmth. What started out as a bond formed during a time of personal turmoil developed into something lasting. Over time, they established trust through the modest, everyday decisions that characterize true partnerships as much as through large gestures. New Year's Eve just provided a backdrop for what was already happening in the background. They met at midnight in a way that seemed purposeful. Hands finding familiar spots, grins lingering before the actual kiss. It was not hurried. It wasn't timid. The tenderness was self-assured. The kiss seemed to punctuate a lengthy phrase in that moment. A future begun with intention. A year closed with confidence. The kiss struck viewers as more than just romantic. It was reassuring. Gwen and Blake's relationship provided a counterbalance in a society that is quick to question longevity, particularly for couples in the spotlight. Sometimes love is strongest when it's just genuine. It doesn't always need to be loud. Balance is necessary when you're famous and in love, without compromising what keeps them grounded. Gwen and Blake have figured out how to reveal just enough to make fans feel included. Yes, it was public, but their New Year's Eve encounter didn't feel staged. It had a lived-in vibe. It's no coincidence that balance exists. They've talked about finding delight in simplicity, choosing laughing over conflict, and shielding their relationship from needless noise over the years. They have developed a relationship that is based on respect for one another, whether it is through cooking together, hiding away in more sedate areas, or encouraging one another's vocations without rivalry. The way their worlds mix together is one of the things that draws viewers in. Blake's laid-back sincerity and Gwen's daring sense of style combine to produce a visually striking contrast that nevertheless works well together. That harmony was evident on New Year's Eve when two musicians from opposite lanes moved in unison. Their synergy extends beyond romance to include public appearances, music, and performances. When they are standing together, they have a common beat and an unspoken understanding. That beat, which has sustained them through years of transition, was merely emphasized by the kiss. On New Year's Eve, contemplation is encouraged. It challenges us to think about what we're entering and what we're leaving behind. The kiss felt to Gwen and Blake like a silent promise to continue choosing one another, to continue developing as a couple, and to allow love to endure despite changing times. A midnight kiss can be romanticized, but the actual tale is in the moments leading up to it, the mornings that follow, and the consistent effort of collaboration. Their moment struck a chord because it spoke to all of that invisible work, the sort that survives rather than fads. The reaction was prompt and sincere. Fans saw assurance rather than simply a kiss. People expressed hope in comments and discussions. Hope that joy never dies, hope that diversity can coexist, and hope that love can be found again. The moment between Gwen and Blake turned into a mirror, reflecting back a desire for genuine and enduring connection. The kiss was a source of inspiration for couples watching from couches or crowded rooms. Because it was grounded, not because it was glamorous. It served as a reminder that love requires presence more than perfection. The memory of Gwen and Blake's kiss lingered as the calendar changed and the fireworks faded. As a symbol, not just a viral video, a representation of two individuals who, in a world that frequently prioritizes show over content, found each other when they weren't searching and created something genuine. Their moment on New Year's Eve didn't stand out. It didn't have to. It was warm, assured, promising, and it just existed. And occasionally, that's the strongest statement of all. Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton started the year with ink already drying on a shared story, If the New Year is a Blank Sheet. Their kiss had nothing to do with the news of the previous year or the uncertainties of the future. It has to do with choosing love in the here and now. Their moment serves as a reminder that genuine connection endures even when the music stops, even as the world moves on to the next fad, countdown, or show. It gets deeper, and it will still be there at midnight, steady, recognizable, and worthy of celebration.